everyone. It's Allie Corman-Kentreve here. Welcome to Stock Market Today. We're going to break down the action in the major indexes today, coming off a bit, but after a strong advance. Ken, what do we have on tap today?
Well, I got to tell you, in terms of the broad market, you see the declines in the indexes today. Headed into today, we have to remember that the Nasdaq was up 12% over the past 6 trading sessions. S&P up 8%. So to see the percentage declines today, really not too bad. It looks like volume on the NYSE is going to be a close call compared to Tuesday. It looks like Nasdaq volume is going to be lower, but we'll have to see if it ends up being a distribution day for the market. Lots of stocks working today. A lot of coal stocks outperforming, oil and gas, steel, fertilizers, gold. But we'll take a look at 3 stocks today. Marathon Petroleum, MPC, and a good base. Pretty orderly pullback for KBR, ticker KBR. And finally, World Wrestling, WWE, clearing a buy point.
All right, we'll do that first. Let's analyze the action today. So the Nasdaq down about 1.3%. Same for the Dow, the S&P 500, not too far behind either, off by about 1.2%. So taking a little bit of a break here, but again, after such a strong advance, that has got to be expected.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything wrong today. Again, it looks like volume is going to be lighter on the Nasdaq. We'll wait and see, but a little bit of a pullback for the market. We did have a lot of outperformance from, again, the stocks that I mentioned: coal, energy, steel, fertilizer. Just about all of these stocks are way too extended to consider buying. So you want to be careful not to chase extended stocks. But again, just seems like an orderly pullback for the market today.
All right. And yeah, let's also take a look at the S&P 500 if we could. So we could just take a look at where that was in relation to its major indexes. So finishing just under the 200-day line, but still above its 50-day. And we can also take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average 0 DJIA on our MarketSmith charts. It was heading up to its 200-day line, potentially a little bit of resistance there back below the 50-day. But maybe, Ken, this is the chance for a lot of the right sides of bases that we are seeing be built, or recent breakouts, some nice handle action or follow-on buy points to start to develop.
Well, again, after the strong rally over the past 7 days, you're looking at all 3 major stock indexes. It looks like a pretty orderly decline, at least for the Dow that we're looking at right now. That 200-day moving average is a potential resistance level to watch. But big drop in the 10-year Treasury yield today. Market is probably still spooked by these higher oil prices and higher gas prices at the pump. If that's eventually going to slow down consumer spending, but overall, listen, the declines today, not too bad to see after the big gains.
All right, and with a big day for oil, let's check in on an oil and gas name, MPC, Marathon Petroleum, with the price of oil rising to nearly $115 a barrel. So continuing to see oil and gas names at the top of our screens. So Marathon Petroleum here setting up in a chart pattern and maybe potentially actionable. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, this is a stock that that broke out a while back, actually in early January. So it's an oil refiner setting up in a new base here. So we have a lot of oil and gas stocks, whether they're oil and gas producers or equipment firms or drillers. Some of these refiners still look pretty good here. So this is a nice flat base taking shape, and we'll watch and see if it can break out over this 8139 pivot. You've got a good track record of earnings and sales for Marathon Petroleum. You see nice growth at the bottom of the weekly chart here, and I think it's still a breakout candidate. So lots of extended stocks in the oil and gas patch, but this one could still work.
Yes. All right. And now let's head on over to the building heavy construction area and talk about KBR. So, an orderly pullback here after a breakout. So, maybe a rebound off of the 21-day line. If we, I know we're on the weekly chart here, but if we head on over to the daily chart, you can see it tightening up just above its 21-day.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one that is just slightly past that 5% buy zone from the 49.99 pivot, but this is an example of what an orderly pullback looks like. You can see a couple of big, heavy volume drops for the stock in recent days, but really didn't give up much ground. And when you go over to the weekly chart, I mean, this is just you see the breakout, and then you just see a nice little orderly pullback here. So this one's either going to pull back and retest that buy point, or it'll just continue to
Mhm.
move sideways. If it can hold above last week's low and continue to move sideways, I think you'd get another entry here. But another stock with a pretty good fundamental picture, with accelerating revenue growth in recent quarters, and these infrastructure construction plays. Money has been flowing into them. There's other stocks in the group. We could take a quick look at FLR, Floor, which has made a nice breakout, and also Quanta Services (PWR) in the
Mhm.
group. So this is a group that's showing a lot of leadership right now, and I think KBR is the most interesting one in the stock in the group right now.
Yeah, we don't want to see lone wolves. It's great to see other peers in the group that are acting well. So always good to check in on how other names in the group are performing. And yeah, a couple of weeks ago for KBR, those two strong weekly gains accompanied by that heavy volume. I like seeing that, and powerful relative strength line. All right, and to go ahead, Ken.
No, I was just going to also say with KBR too, is that last week you did see above average volume. You saw the stock decline and pretty heavy volume, but it just did not
Mhm.
give up that much ground. I mean, sometimes you can see a big weekly decline and a huge percentage. It just doesn't look good on the chart. This was a heavy volume decline last week, but pretty orderly pullback as it holds near highs.
All right. And can WWE deliver a knockout punch for those bullish on the stock? It's testing a breakout over a cup with handle, but this stock has been basing for quite a while, Ken. And even though in the last couple of weeks it has seen relative price outperformance over the long term, it's price performance versus the S&P 500 is a little spotty, shall we say.
Yeah, it was well, it was a big winner in 2017 and
Mhm.
2018 when it was trending nicely, and it's just been a big long sideways movement here. But again, it looks like it could be ready to come out of a big long consolidation here. Again, you've got accelerating revenue growth in recent quarters. You've got pretty good estimates, and the WWE, it has such a massive audience. They don't struggle with poor ratings when they're televising WrestleMania. It's just it's a company well positioned for growth, and it's in a good technical
Mhm.
setup to boot, and it's still in buy range here from the latest buy point. So I think it looks
Yeah,
good.
a lot of resistance around that 60 area, which it is now above. And I like those blue volume spikes in recent weeks as well. So showing some accumulation there, it appears.
Yeah, no question about it. That's a good eye. It is a stock under accumulation. A lot of big blue volume bars as the stock has worked its way higher. Weakness in the broad market got in the way a little bit of the breakout today,
Mhm.
but based on that 60.94 buy point, stock at 61.38, still well within that 5% buy zone.
All right. Well, another one to watch there. Thank you, Ken, for the analysis today, breaking all that down for us. And thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with more tomorrow morning on IBD Live. So make sure you join us, investors.com/IBD Live, for all the details. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow after the close.